One love, God. One God, love. God, one love. Love, one God. God, love, one. Love, God, one. Love, God, one. Love, God, one. Love, God. First. There it is. Those are the six permutations of one love God. The first commandment, love God. There it is. And I gotta start off like that because there's always some confusion of doing things without God, and that's where it's all we doing is arguing over whose God is the right God, right? And y'all getting on my nerves with that illogical understanding just because some want to call him Allah or God Allah, some want to call Elohim, some want to say Yahweh, Jehovah, right? So all these, Abraham, and Muhammad, prophets, right? Who's the first? Who's the last prophet? There it is. So let me see if I can find it real quick. This is Volathan Modulus Tautology. I'm chilling, and that's what a lot of foundational Black Americans are doing. We chilling. We be one, right? So it's like y'all be one. Come help us out. And one minute. Those are illegal illegals. I'm not marching for no illegal illegals. Y'all gotta be dumb, deaf, and blind to do that. No, I just go get go out here and hustle a little bit, get some cash, and try to do something and use it to build something. Like that's what we doing. We trying to build this country up. We ain't trying to burn it down. Y'all bugging, right? I wasn't out there with what's his name? Who? It doesn't matter. Y'all. First of all, I'm in Philadelphia. But hold on, let me do this. Let me do it this way. All right, here we go. Let me see here. One thing about music, when it hit, you feel no pain. White folks say it controls your brain. I know better than that. That's game. White folks say it controls your brain. Right? You heard that, right? And we ready for that. Two soldiers, head of the pack. Matter of fact, who got the gat? And where my army at? Rather attack than not react. Back to the beat. It don't reflect how much records get sold on sex, drugs, rock and roll. Whether your project's put on hold. In the real world, these just people with ideas. They just like me and you when the smoke and camera disappears. Again, the real world is bigger than all these fake ass records. When the poor folks got the millions and my women's disrespected. You see, get that? When poor folks got the millions and my woman's disrespected. Poor folks ain't got the millions, yo. If you check 1, 2, my word of advice is just relax. Okay, they put that in quotes. I wonder why. If you check 1, 2, my word of advice to you is just relax. Just do what you got to do. When that don't work, then kick the facts. If you a fighter, rider, lighter, flame igniter, crowd exciter, or you just want to get high, then just say it. But then if you a liar, pants on fire, wolf cry, agent with a wire, I'm going to know it when I play it. I love these two, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip. It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Of course, that's Dead Prez. And what they're saying is that it's bigger than hip hop. That's why we starting off. That's why I like to start off God first. Um, God is bigger than hip hop. I say one God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop life, love one. Um, Offline, arcade, and Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Street Fighter. See all the different Street Fighters in one package, right? So we'll go back to the original. There it is, Street Fighter, the original. So yeah, I'm chilling, man. I ain't want nothing. You know, if y'all still tagging me on this you know, illegal immigrant crisis, or you know, take down the king, right? And it was funny. The one that messed me up was my auntie. Yeah, she's not my auntie, but this lady said she called Hakeem Jeffries an immigrant. I'm like, now Hakeem Jeffries is a African American Indian, right? This is the lunacy of putting land ahead of, right, language and law. But I guess you got to have some kind of order. Y'all want to put the land first. All right, this is my land. What else is there rap about? I was born at Temple Hospital, right downtown Philadelphia. So I don't understand why y'all keep talking about I'm an immigrant, right? Especially when my lineage goes all the way back. I can trace mine to my grandfather, born in 1950. 1915, should I say? And his mother was a Native American. So, the mother is the earth. The man is according to the 5 percenters, or the gods and earths. Now, that's where the lineage of Malcolm X, Clarence 13X, you know what I mean, up to, for hip hop, became Rakim, Guru, Wu-Tang, 5% Nation. And always had respect for those brothers, even though I was raised in a Catholic church, so I came up Christianity, but I was able to, listen to the real mathematics, the real mathematics, so, and I studied mathematics in college. That's what my degree is in. It's a Bachelor of Arts and Science, talking about the abstract, analytical, and the arithmetic of sacred, secular, and symbolic, geometry, calculus, whatever ways we want to draw it. All we need is a pen and a paper, and we can get busy with it. And that's been my bars ever since. So, and that's what I'm teaching my seed, the beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. That's why I say I'm not doing a broadcast right now. I'm doing a program. I'm trying to help y'all understand how to do the program. And when you're dealing with, that's why I started with the 3 permutations and combinations of ABC, ACB, BAC, BCAB. And then finally, what does it last? CBA and CAB. Those are the 6 permutations. Once I get to 4, A, B, C, D, now I'm dealing with 24 different permutations, and we'll get to low combinations in a later date. And I'm doing it off the top of the dome, of course. I know there's some confusion in it, but when you're dealing with now arithmetic of addition and multiplication, where you have cumulativity, there's no order, A, B, C. If they're cumulative, or if we're multiplying or adding those 3 elements, order doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same result on the other side of the equality equation. There it is, there it is. So all of this trying to understand equality and the difference between that and equity and equivalence, it's going to take me a long time to help y'all understand that. Now, some, you know, it's you have to map it out, and I have to start off with certain axioms, and then from axioms, I can start developing definitions and theorems. Now, from there, we start with what's given and be able to end up with what's proven, and that's the basis for writing a proper proof in mathematics. I like to refer to them as being tautologies. I really don't like doing proof by contradiction, because then that's when y'all get confused. That's why I changed the colloquial rhetoric of, I'm just calling that to be facetious to those that want to give praises to a Western psychological ideology versus an Eastern philosophical methodology. And I sit back and laugh at y'all with my fellow metaphysicians and prophets and legends in the game of hip hop. That's life. The Rakims, the Karis ones, the Big Daddy Kanes, the Cool G rap. I'd like start getting into some Cool G rap with y'all, but I decided let me start the day with a little bit of Dead Prez, because I love those. Now we talking that it's bigger than hip hop, right? And y'all going to get mad and angry at Kendrick because he came out and said, when the light goes off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern is that you will sing about me. Let me get back to my singing too. Let me drink a little bit of my apple cider vinegar. So this one is just a quick, hey, let me throw something out there. Me and my son, we starting to get in the fighting games. So I figured let me share one of the first fighting games. I'm not playing it right now. I'm sitting here that's why I need him to be here to play the game and actually see, go through the different fighting styles of Raul and his master right here. I'm gonna start integrating some of the artwork into my themes, I guess, to bring Street Fighter, because I see the AI is making a lot of videos, especially Asian women. They trying to find the next Chun-Li. Chun-Li is the first. There's a lot of hate for Chun-Li in the black community by black women. Now, I'm just keeping it 100, right? Like, Chun-Li's supposed to be black, and she probably was, hundreds of years ago. But y'all still want to call it white supremacy versus white superiority, when favoritism is nothing more than super egotistical pride, right? It's just that we done with this diversity, equity, and inclusion BS, because we then knew that was the movement of the end, and that was to what's the name, Derek, on the NAACP is like, stop, man, leave me alone with that. Like we all know that the NAACP was an off organization with W.E. Du Bois, and whereas Booker T. Washington was more of the National Negro Business League, which is now, you got rid of the Negro, and now if you say Black Pride, they want to come with us to us with white power. Then when we say Black Power, we're the oppressors all of a sudden. We're the ones that radical, and that's why Fat Joe, shut up. You know what I mean? Because we said we B1 foundational Black Americans, meaning our heritage has been on this land since the Messiah walked the earth. So we will holler at y'all later. That was 0 to 1526. Not Like Us is 1776, recognized by Donald Trump for being at the Super Bowl and watching Kendrick tell the world that we not down with these these pedophiles, the .pdf files of Drake and P Diddy nature. So stop hating us with our delineage from the LGBTQIA plus, the .pdf files of Black Lives Matter. We tell them the truth from here on out, and that's what we're supposed to do. That's the purpose of our culture, hip hop. This has been another ill moment program, giving you a little bit of the beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. I'll decipher it a little better for y'all later as we try to distinguish between the true or false, or which one are you trying to do. That's the 9th commandment. Be true. Y'all want to be false. You want to fake it till you make it. All right, do you? But over here, we about that one God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop, life, love, one. That's God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is holy. You know what I mean? Do a little more reading. Check out Father's Read 365. Check out all this math page Kill Park. I got to share more of your stuff. Because to help them break down on how to be better organized when it comes to algebraic expressions and things of that nature. So, we gotta get back to summer school, right? It's summer school time. There it is. There it is. Peace, passion, and happiness to you all. Stop worrying about that nasty thing called money, because it's nothing more than the 4th dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist, because hip-hop or economics, whether it's macro or micro, and we'll get into that later on too, is nothing more than the art of making the most out of life.